convincing enough?
It should come as no surprise that this year's hit rom-com Anyone But You has a stranglehold on the top slot of the list of the most popular movies on Netflix. But it is somewhat surprising to see Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon, Part 2, The Scargiver completely disappear from the list. That's going to make Rebel Moon, Part 3 very unlikely to happen, and it may even discourage Netflix from committing extremely high budgets to its original sci-fi movies. More tellingly, two of this week's new additions are modestly budget dramas, Miller's Girl and The Judge. The former features Wednesday's Jenna Ortega, while the latter has great lead performances by Robert Downey Jr. and Robert Duvall. So it's not a mystery as to why both of those films are two of the top performers of the week, so let's begin the video. Hello viewers, welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you are new here, please hit the subscribe button and be a part of our family. The 50 Best Movies on Netflix right now, May 2024, Part 6. Your Entertainment Guide, Movie. You may be surprised to see Aaron Eckhart in the leading role in The Bricklayer, since the character is the kind of guy who is usually played by action movie star Jason Statham. Vale, Eckhart, is just your standard jazz-loving bricklayer who was formerly a top assassin and operative for the CIA. In the world of action thrillers, that's a perfectly acceptable career path. Vale's retirement comes to an abrupt end when his former friend and asset, Victor Roddick, Clifton Collins Jr., resurfaces as the #1 suspect in a case where the CIA's harshest detractors are being murdered. Because the CIA believes that Roddick is attempting to frame the organization for his crimes, Vale and a junior agent named Kate, Nina Dobrev, are sent to find him. However, Vale does his best work alone and he's got to uncover Roddick's secrets for himself.
You're gonna ruin his life.
Wednesday's Jenna Ortega stars as the title character in Miller's Girl, but Cairo Sweet doesn't really belong to anyone. She's rich, bored, and extremely creative. In fact, it's Cairo's creativity and knowledge that draw the attention of her much older teacher, Jonathan Albert Miller, Martin Freeman, a man who feels trapped by his life choices and by his loveless marriage with Beatrice June Harper, Dagmara Dominczyk. When Cairo writes a story about an intimate affair between a student and her teacher, it sets in motion life-changing events that may spiral out of control for both Cairo and Miller.
You're my student, and I'm your teacher. That's all. If you can convince them that something happened between us, I could lose my job.
More or something on your butt?
No?
What the fuck? Bad idea, right?
Anyone But You is one of the rare rom-coms to become a smash hit, while also solidifying Sydney Sweeney as a star. And keeping her out of movie jail for co-starring in Madam Web. Sweeney plays Bea, a young woman who forms an instant connection with a guy named Ben, Glenn Powell. But after a great first date, things end very badly and they both blame each other. Bea and Ben are unwillingly drawn back into each other's orbit at the wedding for their sisters, Hallie, Hadley Robinson, and Claudia, Alexandra Shipp. Despite being unhappy about their reunion, Bea and Ben also have their own reasons to make the other guests believe that they're a couple. And then the sparks start to fly between them again.
One might be in you.
I'm good.
It's probably a better way to check than what I did. What did we miss?
What did we miss?
If you love Zack Snyder movies, then you'll be happy to hear that the director is playing all of the hits in Rebel Moon, Part 2, The Scargiver. Action, slow motion, more action. It's all there, wrapped up in a shockingly shameless Star Wars-adjacent story about a group of rebels who defy a galactic empire over the fate of a single rural planet called Velt. But just because we've seen it all before, that doesn't mean you won't have fun watching it. Cora, Sofia Boutella, was once an important member of the Imperium who reinvented herself as a farmer on Velt. And Cora loves her adoptive world so much that she's brought together a ragtag group of warriors who are willing to lay down their lives to fight Mother World's forces in defense of Velt. This is going to be the battle that defines the rest of their lives, assuming they can actually survive.
Go, 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 go!
Obsession is the name of the game in The Little Things, which casts Denzel Washington as Joe Deacon, a former detective with the Los Angeles Police Department. Deacon lost everything he had, including his marriage and his career, to his relentless pursuit of a serial killer whom he was never able to catch. When the killer seemingly re-emerges, Deacon reinserts himself into the case alongside Detective Jim Baxter, Rami Malek, Albert Sparma. Former Joker Jared Leto quickly emerges as the top suspect in the case, but he proves to be extremely slippery while taunting Deacon and Baxter. This forces the duo to question how far they're willing to go to bring Sparma down, and what it will cost them if they step over the line.
What do you want?
I want to nail the bastard.
For who?
For all of the girls he killed.
You'll never make it out of here.
Anna turns back the clock to the end of the Cold War as the title character, Anna Poliatova, Sasha Luss, is drawn into the KGB's web and trained to become one of the agency's top operatives. Anna completely gives herself over to the KGB because she's been promised that this will only be temporary. If Anna completes 5 years of service, she'll be free to do anything that she wants. Unfortunately for Anna, the KGB has no intention of honoring its promise to her. If she wants an exit from this life, then she'll have to make one herself. And if that means Anna has to broker a deal with CIA agent Leonard Miller, Oppenheimer's Cillian Murphy, and betray everyone around her, then so be it.
Hi.
I have memories of us. Then I don't. Why?
In between Avengers and Iron Man movies, Robert Downey Jr., the sympathizer, starred in The Judge as Hank Palmer, a big city lawyer who goes back to his hometown for the funeral of his mother. While Hank has relatively good relationships with his brothers, Glenn, Vincent D'Onofrio, and Dale, Jeremy Strong, he's barely speaking with his father, Judge Joseph Palmer, Robert Duvall. Before leaving town, Hank learns that his father is being accused of murder, and Judge Palmer's declining mental facilities mean that even he can't say for certain whether he committed the crime or not. Now, Hank is the only one who can keep his father from going to prison, if he can manage to save Judge Palmer from himself.
You and I are finally done.
Oh, we're not done.
Music.
Baby, we need to get out of here.
I have to end this.
Don't let the name Baby Driver fool you into thinking that this is some kid's flick. Edgar Wright's action comedy can be downright brutal at times, but it never loses its sense of humor. Ansel Elgort plays the title character, whose real name is Miles. But he's known professionally as Baby, and he's an incredible getaway driver who was forced to work for Doc, Kevin Spacey. After Baby seemingly escapes his servitude to Doc, he simply wants to start a new life with his girlfriend, Deborah, Lily James. However, Doc won't let Baby go that easily, and he forces him to take part in one last heist alongside Buddy, John Hamm, Darling, Isaac Gonzalez, and Bats, Jamie Foxx. This crew is far more dangerous than Baby realizes, and he'll have to think fast if he wants to get out alive.
Are we in bed together now?
Baby.
Baby? Baby.
You don't walk out there with your head up. You are a champion, and the whole world knows it.
King Richard would be known largely for being the film that finally got Will Smith his first Best Actor award if Smith hadn't slapped Chris Rock shortly before winning at the Oscars. Regardless, King Richard is now starting to get a reputation as one of the best modern sports movies. Richard Williams, Smith, is the father of Venus, Sania Sidney, and Serena Williams, Demi Singleton. More than anything else in the world, Williams wants his daughters to become tennis superstars. Sometimes even more than they do. And Williams is so dedicated to that goal that he risks alienating his wife, Oracene Brandy Price, Anjanou Ellis-Taylor, and their daughters to make it a reality.
You gonna show them how dangerous you are?
Amadeus, the man, the music, the magic, the madness, the murder, the mystery.
Did the real Antonio Salieri plot to kill Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart in the 18th century? Probably not, but it makes for a great story in Amadeus, 1984's Oscar winner for Best Picture. F. Murray Abraham and Tom Hulce were both nominated for Best Actor for their respective roles as Salieri and Mozart, but it was Abraham who took home the Academy Award for his portrayal. Most of the movie takes place from Salieri's perspective, as he idolizes Mozart right up until he meets Amadeus and discovers that he's young and brash with an over-the-top personality that Salieri immediately despises. Salieri recognizes that Mozart's talent far exceeds his own, so he embarks on a plot to kill his unsuspecting rival and steal Amadeus' glory for himself.